All right, so let's get into these reviews, folks. I did see a couple of things. I usually start to go from least to best. That's how I usually, decide to pick mine. And least, we're going to talk about Tyler Perry's latest to come out of his Netflix deal. And this film is called A Jazzman's Blues. And this film is directed by Tyler Perry, screenplay by Tyler Perry, produced by Tyler Perry, music composed by Aaron Zigman. So in this story, a tale of forbidden love and family drama unravels 40 years of secrets and lies in the Deep South during an unsolved murder investigation, man. I will say this, man, I gave this a chance just because I think this may be the first Tyler Perry period piece that I've seen, really. And, because like I said, it takes place, it's an interesting time. I think this might be coming off the end of World War II, maybe. I can't remember the exact year that it's set, but it's just a little melodrama, about our main character who is a jazz musician. And I will say this, man, how you feel about Tyler Perry in his films, man, that's going to vary person to person. But I always tend to watch them because even if I don't think they're particularly good, I am still entertained at looking at some of the outrageousness of it, and usually for that, it unfolds to me in like performances and things that aren't quite right that they're trying to do. Like for me, this film is interesting because it is a period piece. It takes place in the South, and there's a lot of modern day actors really messing up a Southern accent. And I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, man, y'all got my folks sounding crazy because I've been around with people, they don't sound like this, man. And that's the fun of it to me. Like,
I am in Alabama, and there's a good chance I don't sound like anybody or heard of anybody sounding like most of those films.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it, and it's just funny to me. Some of the dialogue, like there's a scene like our main character, he comes back from the war, and for some reason it's an interesting dynamic because most of his family is like they're more lighter skinned than he is, so there's a weird thing going on right there, and like it feels like there's different fathers, something like that going on involved, and there's a big argument with the family. Dad is leaving the house, he's leaving, it's a great scene, man. I didn't get into this cast at all. But this cast stars Solea Pfeiffer. She's the woman Leanne that our main character Bayou. The names are crazy. And the guy named Bayou, played by Joshua Boone, Amira Vaughn. Amira Vaughn is the best actress in here, but also the person playing the dad is E. Roger Mitchell. Plays the dad. Also goes by Buster, and he kills this scene. But it's also. It's playing out. It's supposed to be this really serious, dramatic scene, but I'm laughing at the accents. The dad's packing up. He's drunk as shit. He's a menace in his family. And the son that came back from the war, he's like, man, get out of here. And then the other son is like, Daddy, can I go with you? But the accents are so terrible. So I'm watching this thing just like I'm cringing. I'm laughing. I'm amazed at how outrageous it all is. But see, it's a Tyler Perry film, but it doesn't feel like one because it was weird because when I posted it and watched it, I had a lot of people come in and say it's not the best, but I was entertained. I enjoyed it. And someone was like, it doesn't feel like a Tyler Perry film. And I was like, yeah, because it's not set in modern times like his stuff normally is. So I think there's that layer of filtration. Like if you didn't know this was a Tyler Perry film, you would not think it was a Tyler Perry film. But with that said, man, it's not the greatest thing on the earth, man. But also, man, you know what's bothering me right now about modern film criticism, man? I'm gonna get into that a little bit later when I talk about this other film that came out recently. It's like people act like every film has to be an Oscar contender, has to be the best thing you've ever saw, and I don't believe in that. I think sometimes the medium exists just to pass time, and if you get a little bit of entertainment out of it, then that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is one of those things that exists to pass the time. It interests me because I'm interested in that period. I love the jazz era, especially that era, the juke joints, some of these stories can be pretty, interesting. Just that whole era is just running gun. There's kind of a lawlessness with the industry. These people are fighting tooth and nail to make a living. And I appreciate that. I'm interested in it. You know, you get something like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom where it's done really well, and you're like, yeah, this is great. But then, you know, you get for every Ma Rainey Black. This is the Transformers of Ma Rainey Black Bottom. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like,
I'd rather watch Lady Sings the Blues, Corey.
Like, I mean, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
There's tiers of filmmaking, and sometimes it's just popcorn. This is something that you could sit around. You'll watch this with your family on Thanksgiving because it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy where the kids hanging around, they can't see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. You know, there's a bit of the racism also of that era because one of the wild things is, you know, the woman that one of the characters is interested in, her father doesn't want to bless them because the guy's dark skinned and she's really a light skinned woman. Matter of fact, she marries a white man because she's passing, and that becomes a dilemma. And it has some of those interesting things enough that'll keep you watching just to see how it all plays out. You know, even though I don't think it's particularly the best directed or acted or any of that, man. You know, but there are some interesting people. Like I said, Amira Vaughn. I've seen her in other things. I can't place a finger on it, but she's really good. She's one that you don't feel is. A matter of fact, she has been featured in Underground. She was in the film Miss Virginia, Tracers. She's done some Queen Sugar stuff too. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. You know what I'm saying? And then because of that, I don't judge it too hard, man. I don't know. I had fun with it. I don't want to just kick it in the ass, but but you know what you like, man. That's how I look at it too, man. People know what they're going to like, and I think sometimes we lie to ourselves, and you know, you see something and you're like, dang, I like this actor, but I usually don't like these kind of films, and then you go and watch it and you don't like it. Like, whose fault is that? You know, I mean, are you mad at you saw what it was going to be, but you know, you took the risk,
you took a chance, and it sucked.
Yeah, but I knew what I was getting into. I was like, I'm probably going to be entertained one way or another. Either I'm going to make fun of this or it's going to genuinely entertain me. And it was mostly on I'm making fun of it. But I still watched the story to the end because it had enough drama and melodrama just to keep me going piece to piece and little twists and, you know, and like little dumb stuff. Like, you know, eventually the brothers team up and one of them gets on drugs. So you got that whole Jazzman, high as hell, Ray Charles kind of thing. So, you know, it's okay, man. If I got to rate it, maybe a 2, okay. 2.5. But, you know, it is what it is.